to the fourth Aliyah Rabbi, which is pretty short, only 13 psukim. And let's try to speak of it because, again, it brings us to a very interesting turn in Parshas Tzav. Up until now, and this begins to already set up next week's Parsha Shmini, Moshe was doing everything. And the Kohanim, as you will soon see, were practicing. We're literally within the Shiva Simei HaMaluim when all the Kohanim, Aaron and his 5 sons, were practicing. But here suddenly, by Daber Hashem el Moshe lemor, Kaches Aaron, take Aaron, Ves Bonovito, Ves HaBegodim, take the clothing, Ves Shemen HaMishcha, Ves Parachatos, Ves Shnei HaElim, and Salmatzos, and Ves Kol Ha'eda, take the whole Am Yisrael, and bring them to the Olam Moed. So imagine everything is brought there, and what we have here, what follows, suddenly Moshe says, okay, this is what Hashem told me to do. Vayakrev Moshe, Aaron Vesponov, he brings them clothes. Vayirchat Osom Bamayim, not literally that he washed them in the water, but they clearly were commanded to go into the mikveh. And he begins to dress them. And Aaron Vayitnelov, the Ketonet, and the Avnet, and the Bigdei Kahuna, and then the Mitznefes, and all of the Begodim that the Kohen Gadol has to wear. And then he goes on to Bnei Aaron and dresses them. And here Moshe takes Vayikach Moshe Shemen HaMishcha and Vayimshach Es HaMishkon Vet Chol Asher Bo. So this oil, this became so important. The Shemen HaMishcha was now used on literally all the things that were mentioned. And again, to use an English word, not so perfect, but okay, we're using it, anointed. Means Hamshacha means, you take the oil and the oil is poured over you. But because it was Kodesh, it suddenly again gave you a sense that there are certain items which have Kedusha. And at this point, Moshe goes on, Vayimashach es hamizbeach, veskol kela, v'kiyar, v'kana, or with the purpose like the Pasuk said, l'kacham. And then, Vayitzak mishemen hamishcho al rosh Aaron. So here it's just the question of taking a little bit and just putting it over his forehead. The actual oil is taken and poured over his head. And then, of course, the Kohanim are now getting ready to do all this. The karbonos that they have to bring now is a little bit different because they're asked to cut them up into pieces and to make sure that each part is in its purpose place, in its right place on purpose. And here we begin also to see again something we saw a little bit, but that is the Zrikas Hadam, exactly where the Kohen has to put the dam of the different karbonos. And then Rashi points out here that we have different psukim that speak of where exactly these parts are, but then of course Rashi explains beautifully that each Kohen had to do his avodah properly and to be in this place.